So we know that. Okay. All right. Well, okay. Let's see how this goes. Oh, yeah. Okay. I don't know. You guys can't see me from there. So maybe I need to pose a little bit more. This way. Let's hear me and see me over there. I hope so. But it's okay. I hope you guys can hear me and see me. Good afternoon. I am Tia Rogers, and welcome to Wealth Building Principles. This morning, we're going to be going over how to get our credit reports in order. We're going to find out about an opportunity. We're also going to find out about how the opportunity pays out. And I'm going to give you a little background about who I am before I start. So I want to thank you very much. We're here located at 111 North 6th Street in Camden, New Jersey at La Unique African American Bookstore. Oh, you're going to be my audience. Thanks. We're here down at the bookstore. And it's a little hectic because we got construction at the beginning of the street and they're kind of like tailored off at the end. So we're hoping that if you do find parking, that you'll find your way inside. So come in and join us. So first, I like to start, as I always start, with a disclaimer because it's just to protect everyone involved and make sure that all the legalities are together. So good afternoon, everyone. I'm Tia Rogers. I'm a home-based entrepreneur, professional network marketer that enjoys sharing with others how to do the same. I have taken the time to invest in myself through exclusive partnerships with e-commerce network marketing professionals, debt-free companies that have improved my life through educational services, products and goods, as well as an income-based opportunity. I have been in business since 2018 and have grown over the years. I've taken my business from building it part-time to now running it full-time and operating. So I'm very grateful for the opportunity, and I take very much pride in the business mission as we are offering a hand up, not a handout, as life on life terms can be amazing as well as challenging. With family values and enjoying the educational services, products, and goods that I not only use, but I offer and share with others that are interested in what is offered, not just to me, but to many others that want the educational services, products, and or goods or business opportunities. So I do not guarantee that any opportunity offered, so Tia Rogers does not guarantee that any opportunity offered for residual income will bring individuals the result they are seeking or proclaimed in presentations of services, products, goods, and business opportunity, as each person's income is based on their own individual performance during the period of enrollment in any business opportunity as they build their business. Should an individual decide to enroll in a business opportunity through this page or any business page and or podcast show associated with this page, please note your results are based off of your ability of being coachable and implementing what is taught in training, as well as your unique expertise you bring. Each Each individual that enrolls and begins their own independent business through the cost of the opportunity being offered, each individual is welcome to the opportunity to begin the process of building the foundation of a healthy life and lifestyle in a variety of areas. Tia started where she was with what she had and now is on her way to live in a healthy, sorry, a healthy life and lifestyle. Tia knows that the value of the opportunity far outweighs the time it has taken her in business as she continues to build the foundation of her business. She enjoys sharing it with others. And I'm going to cut this off because we don't need that interruption. We want to get through this. All right. And again, we provide the strategies, tools that help change individuals' lives through self-awareness, identifying limiting and empowering beliefs of self, our life and lifestyle, and all that impacts it, finding solutions through services and business opportunities that helps them start with what they have. Make it grow just like a garden, the seeds that will require individuals to cultivate and improve their life while learning how to rebuild and or begin living a wealthy, healthy life and lifestyle. We are born with all we need inside of us. However, over time and life experiences, like wanting to have a better quality of life despite the current circumstances that we may be facing. For example, think of the times in your life where you have enjoyed doing what it is that you do, and then suddenly you get the gut feeling that life has more in store for you, but you may not be able, you may not, you may be unable to identify or grasp the very thing that can get you on your path. Many of us probably felt this feeling at different periods in our life, that things don't necessarily have to be going wrong at the time either. I thought I cut it off. Our life can be the best life, or so we think, until that very moment it hits you. See, a big part of life is relationships and being relatable. It's in the relationships we learn about one another, but more importantly, we learn about ourselves. We bring who we are to every arena, event, moment, circumstances, situations, and experience in our lives. As we go along the journey, some of them grow us, and unfortunately, some can be the very thing that breaks us. But over time, you learn that the broken still can operate and function at whichever level it may be. When you believe and know that there is more to life than what is right in front of us, some can't see what's in front of them. Sad but very true. Throughout the journey and the life experience, we will oftentimes seek someone or something to blame, yet it doesn't resolve the issue, even if there is someone or something to blame at the end of the day. We have a choice to either accept or reject it and move on, because we can't stay where we are, not for much longer. We have to figure it out, and we have to do it now. Waiting is not an option anymore. So, so how are you guys doing? I hope that this weather is treating you well as I kind of get this all situated. We are going to be finding our way, ladies and gentlemen, as we are going to be going through some self-exploration, looking at our mindset. And today we are here discussing real family dynamics. And real family dynamics is for us to learn the secrets of financial literacy and master the power of credit and the power of investing in you. Your health is your wealth. You will always be and always are your greatest asset. Now, when we're talking about uh, getting our lives together, looking at our lives, looking at where we are, right? And we are looking at our mindset. We're making sure that our health is impacted, that is, we're in good health, that we are able to do what we need to do without, let me take this off, without any complications. Um, and we are looking at where we are presently and where we like to go. And I have a few questions I'd like to ask you before we get started with all of this. Um, since we're going to be here from 11 to 2, so it's no rush to get to the services and things right now. I just want to get to know you a little better. And I'd like to invite you down to 111 North 6th Street in Camden, New Jersey. Like I said, today we're having a little construction going on that I wasn't aware of. So there is a little detour, but your presence would be greatly appreciated should you come on through, check us out, and see what we have going on today. So that's the La Unique African American Bookstore and Culture, African American Bookstore and Cultural Center. So as we get back to it, so what change do you want to see in your life? What are you willing to contribute to that, to bring that change about in your life? And who are you helping by making this change in your life? Is it going to just impact you, or is it this change going to impact you in your entire family? So when we're talking about changing lives and getting started to get our lives in order, we got to take a full assessment of everything that where we're at. And first, we need to identify what problem is it that we need to solve in our life. Is it a health problem? Is it a weight problem? Is it a better schedule? Is it more income? Is it getting your finances in order so that you can do the things that you would like to do without having to struggle or stress over doing them? You know, the kind of sort of like Rob and Peter to pay Paul. So with a better financial understanding, you're able to do these things. So we got to look at your commitment level and your change process, because a lot of times we'll begin wanting to change, but then we're just interested in changing. We're not really serious about it. We're going to look at change and we're going to begin to just contemplate. We might try a few things, but then we don't follow it all the way through. But when we're committed to the change, that's a whole different outlook on your life. It's a whole different impact on your situation, because now you're committed. So it doesn't matter what challenges come your way. This change you want to see through, and you're going to be able to get through whatever challenges may come because you're committed to it. So you're 100% committed, or you're 100% interested. And how many hours per day do you think that you would put in to this commitment to change for yourself? Will it be 1 hour a day? Will it be 30 minutes a day? Will it be 2 hours a day? But based on what your life looks like presently will determine the time that you're going to commit to the change, wherever the change may be in your life. And again, the time frame is going to be based off of whatever type of change it is that you're trying to create in your life. And are you going to be doing this full time or part? Very good question to ask yourself. A lot in the day, we all are given the same 24 hours. However, how we best utilize those hours are the things that are going to impact the effects of the change that we're seeking for ourselves. Now, when you're looking at change, you're looking at the time it's going to take, the financial means that it's going to take to complete what you need to do or incorporate what you need to help improve that change. You're going to look at the mental health, because you're going to look at, is this going to wear me down? How much sleep or am I going to get? Am I going to get the proper rest? Am I going to have to work beyond hours? Am I going to have to do a job and work towards my change at the same time? All of that is to be taken into account. You're going to look at your physical. And you're also going to look at your social. Who do you know? Is there others that's wanting to change just like you? Um, is there a change that someone else has already started and you want to find out how they gotten the results that they've gotten? Um, all of that is going to play a part. Your values, beliefs, your experience, your knowledge, and the ideas. Because in the book, Think and Grow Rich, or is it Think and Grow Rich, or is it The Strangest Secret? I think it's The Strangest Secret because he says that ideas are the, I'm trying to remember it. Ideas are the center part of the whole thing. So I know I probably jacked that up. And my apologies. I'll go back and try to refresh that. But an idea is the beginning of it all. Nothing, everything that we've done in our lives, everything that is taking place in this world, up from before us to where we are now, all began with someone's idea. Created an idea and they started putting the efforts and the commitment towards creating that idea, right? So then, in coming up with the ideas, your knowledge, your experience, and your beliefs and your values, what's the percentage of opportunities of your idea reaching those that it can benefit, right? And how can you make it a resource for them to gather, right? So when you're thinking about talking about change, you want to begin starting looking at your change. What is the start date that you want to do the change? Because we all have a start date, but then we have the actual start date. The start date might be the start date of the idea, where the actual start date might actually be the day that you actually start putting it to work, right? So you want to look at who's already doing what you like to do. How can you learn from them, if you can learn from them? Um, will it be virtually? Will it be in person? Will it be one-on-one coaching? Um, there's many ways to learn. Will it be through video? Who do you know, right? Who do you know that is also looking for a change? They want to be better too, because people, places, and things. If you want to really truly create an impact in your life, you have to look at the people, places, and things that you surround yourself with. Um, are they, who's in your circle? Are they like-minded and motivated to take action towards their dreams, just as you're taking action towards your dreams? Do you write your vision and goals down? Do you spread them out over time for a short-term frame versus a long-term frame? And do you write your reason as to why you want this vision to become a reality? What is your why? What is the main reason why you want to change your life, or you want to become the change that you want to see in this life? Now, identity and accountability is a big part of it. That's why we talk about self-awareness, because you have to know who you are, or what makes you tick, what drives you, because the momentum and the excitement around it has a lot of excitement in the beginning. But how do you maintain that excitement as you continue to move on much further past the moment in which you said, yes, I want this change for myself? When things start to get hard, when things start to become challenging, what mind frame are you going to be in to push yourself through those hurdles? Are you going to lean on an accountability partner? Are you going to reach out for coaching? Are you going to go to your leader to see how they can help you? Or are you going to hold your own self accountable and figure it out and get it done? Because accountability is a big part of it. Self accountability is the most major part. And as you are moving towards this change and you're seeking accountability, what is the community support that you're going to have around this change? How is it going to impact your accountability and identity as your reason as to why you want this change. Um, how are you going to follow it through? It may require some training. It may require exploring systems that's going to help you produce and perform faster and quicker. Um, and I encourage you in every change. The beginning is always hard. You're not going to be perfect. You're not going to be excellent at it. So you want to fail forward fast as by implementing um, your change steps, because practice makes perfect, and you want to make sure that you are doing your best as you are researching different strategies, as you're looking at who am I, what do I represent, um, and and how am I going to be of help and service to those that I service, or how is this change going to impact my life and help my life in the long term, and what are the benefits that I'm going to get out of it. So your health is your wealth, and your life is your gift to you. So to you and the world. So enjoy your life journey as your life journey business is serious. On a journey of change in your life and embracing change, you want to remember to relax and rejuvenate and refresh yourself as needed, and do what brings you joy along the journey, to be your authentic self, whomever that authentic self is. And if you haven't tapped that power within, that's the that's going to be part of your process in the change. But how do you do that? We have mentors and coaches that are going to help you along in that area as you are beginning to build and grow and develop who you are and your reason for this change that you're going for. Um, we encourage you to enjoy what you value the most. We want you to take a trip to change your environment. Begin the project you enjoy doing and connect with your source. Release your creativity. And through that release of creativity, you're going to begin to glow. You're going to begin to love peace and joy, your life and the journey that you're on. It doesn't mean that's going to be easy, but the more patient and gracious you are with yourself, the better you will be able to adapt and take in what you need to take in to begin applying it to your life. And you will see the difference. Um, a market economy and the impact of your life journey business. Now, when you're looking at the market economy has a few different components to it. There's the mixed economy, there's the free market economy, the controlled planned economy, and the traditional economy. And then there's economic freedom and choice, benefits of a market economy. And what does that mean? The pros and the cons of the benefits. So with a mixed economy, there's different ways to do it. The traditional way is we all get up and we go out and we find employment. We go to a corporation, a business, and we fill out an application and we ask them to hire us. We market ourselves to the employer with the talents and skills and experience that we bring to the job, that position that they may have available. And if you fit that, then you are hired, right? That's the traditional way of doing it. Then there's the non-traditional way, network marketing, so to speak, doing what I'm doing with you right now. I'm still reporting to work. I'm still doing the job that is needed, but it's just done in a different fashion. Um, Having my own time freedom and personal freedom and scheduling how my day is going to go and who's going to contact per day. Same kind of freedom for yourself. The controlled plan economy, and I remember that the controlled environment. I think that has to do more with it, like the government or something like that, from my memory. So we went into the different market economy and how it can impact your life as well as your business. So 7 years ago, the first 90 days changed the game for me. When I came in 7 years ago, I lacked the knowledge of the tech world. I lacked knowledge of social media. I lacked knowledge of marketing, and I lacked knowledge of business. Little to no budget did I have going into this new life change that came about after grief. Um, I had this sense of urgency to change my life. I just felt like everything was changing. The world was turned upside down. The world as I knew it was no more. But how do I still continue to do what I need to do, provide, and adjust to the winds of change? Because in Think and Grow Rich, there's a portion of the book where I forget the person's name, but it's a chapter on you're the captain of your ship. Yes, you are the captain of the ship, but you are not in control of the winds. So, as life changes, there was some sense of urgency in that change because life is happening and you're doing everything you can to survive, but you have to make a decision. And sometimes you have to make a decision right then and there. You don't have a chance to go back and think about it. You have to look at your options and see what is the best option for you. What is the best way for you to begin this change? What is the most pressing? I shared with you earlier this morning. We talked about at some point you're going to have to make a decision. If there's a crisis going on, that's what it is. If there's a crisis going on, you need to handle that crisis first before anything else. Handle any life crises that are going on at that moment, because when you deal with the crisis and you get that resolved, you'll be able to see a little clearer and be able to prioritize what your next step is. So you want to take action to start. You don't want to delay, because it takes us back to the commitment and interest. Are you committed to the change in your life, or are you just interested in the change for your life? And many of us, I think we play around with the interest of change in our life, because to really fully commit to a change in your life, that means that you're committing to doing the work that is required. And sometimes there's a lot of work, and there's a lot of work when you talk about self-exploration, self-mastery, self-awareness, because you're taking you with you everywhere you go. So you want to make sure that with the frequencies and vibrations that you're putting out into the universe is going to be what you want to get back from the universe. Now, mind you, like we discussed this morning, negative and positive exist. So how is of turning the negative into a positive, and how fast can you turn that negative into a positive? Some of us, it takes a minute to process it, right? And when you look about trying to sustain yourself, trying to maintain sustainability in a job or in your home, with your family, and in business, it can get a little scary. Fear can come in, doubt can come in, especially if it's done before. And how do you work through that process? And a big part of that working through the process is to just take action. You can sit and think about it and ponder it all day and all night, but is that going to correct your situation or circumstances? 9 times out of 10, probably not. The thing that's going to do it is you getting started. So 7 years ago, I started a business for the cost of a night out. I built a merchant account. I learned social media. I learned marketing and how to trade and how to track marketing, growth, and development. I became knowledgeable on the principles of building wealth to learn until they can drop the L and begin earning. How it all began: life on life terms, life journeys, life on life terms, life journey business. because your life is a business, believe it or not. You are your business. And your life is serious business, because if you put yourself in harm's way or you do things that are not uh, productive for your life, it could end your life. So you want to move in a fashion where you're doing things and putting yourself in situations where it's going to benefit your life. You're going to grow. It's going to bring you more joy, more peace, more abundance. Um, Not to exclude that when negative things happen, because they do. But how do you process them? How do you work through it and not get stuck there? Because we can't get stuck there. We have to be able to look beyond where we are. And that takes time. It takes priming your mind. It takes a lot of different exercises. You may want to exercise and listen to some alpha brainwave meditation music that is going to help stimulate and open up areas of your brain that is going to allow you to take in the new information and what it is, and to help you assess your life. And debt isn't anything to be embarrassed about, as many Americans carry debt. We all have a little debt. I think we're never really going to get rid of debt. The United States of America has debt. So what makes you think that you you don't have debt? The thing is, are we taking care of it, right? So you want to learn how to better manage a debt-free life and lifestyle and share it with others. You want to make sure you're registered for our free webinar to learn more, and you want to gain your purchase power back, because if you are reliant on cash, unless you have streams of cash flow that's going to consistently flow, you're going to find, like everyone else with cash flow, that cash flows, but it does run short. So you want to make sure that you're at least in the cycle of the premise. I started in 2016 and officially became a business owner in 2018. So a new startup business, working a full-time job, still in debt, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, I figure out their life and trying to give them tips and ways and help them to get out of debt so that they can make their life better. And here I am. I'm in debt myself. Walking around with a credit score of 538, right? And it wasn't until I found this company that I began to really get a clearer picture of finances, how to utilize the finances, and what best ways to invest that I found for me. Because your own individual life is what you're assessing. Because as much as we would like to help other people, at the end of the day, each one of us have to take the initiative and help ourselves, because we can all come together and work towards a common goal. But until you get you in alignment with where you're going, you're going to find challenges. So the Protect Your Plan membership increased knowledge on financial literacy, education program system, and tools, building with a 91% increase. Assets and liabilities, make sure your assets don't become your liabilities. Debts and accumulated resources. So becoming better isn't not a quick fix at all. I'm born. You're conceived as human beings. So you want to allow yourself time and space to grow and develop. You want to take at least 28 days to begin new life habits. And within those 28 days, you should see a change. You should see a change in those 28 days. It really doesn't take long when you're committed. You want to learn to enjoy your learning curve, as it is going to stretch you beyond your wildest imagination and provide energy for your new ideas and creations. You want to allow yourself patience in your learning curve, because nobody learns it all in one day. You have to, one of the things that we say is that a lot of times, sometimes the meeting needs us, and sometimes we need the meeting. And I can't tell you how I have reported to training, and I needed that training. It shifted that negative mindset right away because it's real easy, especially when life on our terms, bills are due every month. Bills are due residually every month. They don't care what your life circumstances is, they want their money. So when you have situations like that, they can wait on you, settle in on you. Because now if you're earning, but you're not earning enough, and each pay period you are putting all your money towards your bills, but you have nothing left over for yourself, we're doing something wrong. So we got to start putting our money in places where it's going to grow for us and make it better for us. And we want to start teaching as we're learning how to become better in our finances. We also need to begin teaching our young folks how to become better with their finances. Um, the younger they are, the better it is. The faster they'll grasp onto it and be able to spit things out. Learning new terms around finances. We all have to do it. If it's not something that you do every day, you have to learn it. And you have to, learn it enough to where you're comfortable. So when you're sitting down about your financial future, your financial portfolio, you want to know the terms that they're talking about, right? So you want to take the time to learn it. So economics is something the entire world is working to become better at as it applies to their life and lifestyle. So with that being said, we're talking about economics. I want to give you the first half if I can. Let's see where we at the time. Oh yeah, we're doing pretty good. We done knocked the hour down. So let's see. Bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying to figure out what's the best way to get information. So we're going to start with the United Credit Education Services, which is part of the Protection Plan membership. So I'm going to walk you through a few things, and should this be for you, it's for you. Feel free to reach out to me, either comment below. You can WhatsApp at me. You can text me credit repair at 856-650-7870. If you're in the United States of America, I will be able to help out of the United States of America. We haven't quite gone that far yet, so I hope that the information that I can give you on how to best get your credit together or to begin getting your credit helps you in some way until we reach those broader areas. But for now, we're able to service anyone in the United States of America. So welcome. And I'm about to introduce you to a service plan that can help you build your finances. I tell people that at the plan offered that the plan offers exceptional value at no nonsense price. It can even be free. So we're going to look at a brief overview, which I'm unable to show you this time, so I do apologize. So I'm going to do my best just to share the information with you. Haven't quite figured out how to share the presentation on the laptop as of yet, but I'm grateful for where we are right now to even bring it to you this way. As we talk today, you can find ways to save yourself time, money, and a proven way to help improve your finances. Okay, so Um, we are a dependable company that has been around for almost 2 decades. We find solutions for everyone who needs financial help. We have a reliable team with excellent customer service, and you can feel secure with USCES behind you. Your credit determines what happens in your life. So, how is your credit score calculated? Your credit score is calculated and in a couple of ways. 35% is your payment history, and that's your one-time on-time payments for at least 24 months or more. But they're looking at the 24 months period when you are applying for a home or a loan or something of that nature. The percentage of your credit limits available to you and how you are utilizing your credit. You don't want to utilize your credit up to the max. You want to keep it below 9%. I believe it is somewhere less than 10%. You don't want it no higher than 10%. If you're higher than 10%, then your credit utilization is still impacting your credit score. So you want to be mindful of that. So then there's the 15% of the left of credit that you had. How long have you had these credit accounts? And are you consistent? What's your tracker? Because the longer you've held your length of credit, the better it's going to be for you in matters of standing and when the lenders are looking at you as far as credibility. So then there's new credit inquiries, which is a 10% of those numbers of inquiries and new accounts you may have on your last 12 to 18 months billing cycles. And then the last is 10% of your type of credit. So what types of credit do you have? Do you have a credit card that's beneficial to you? Surely a credit card that's for a retail store is not going to be the same as a Discover and or MasterCard card or a Platinum card with rewards. A lot of times you can go to your financial institution and apply for a starter rewards credit card to begin rebuilding your credit or establishing credit if you don't have credit at all. So credit affects your entire life, and it's determined by the factors that I just shared with you. And what are your goals that you're trying to accomplish? That's what you want to ask yourself. What are your goals? Because as you're building your financial portfolio, you want to get some things taken care of. You want to make sure that you're in the right situation to do all of that. You also want to what do you want to accomplish? You want to look at your goals. You want to look at what you want to accomplish, and what do you deserve? And is your current credit score helping you get there? Is it helping you to get that new home that you want to purchase? Is it helping you to get that new car and get yourself into college? What are your financial goals for this year? These are questions I want you to ask yourself, because this is how you're going to get a better, clearer picture. So did you know that 1.4 million people's been a victim of identity theft? We have at least 14.6 trillion Americans households reported having that. We have 64% of Americans expected to retire with less than $10,000 in their retirement fund. 60% of Americans, and how important is it to get your business in order, in case something happened. And in just one decade, student loan balances have jumped 150%. So what is happening in the world? Did I disappear on you? what is happening in the world, there is a lack of knowledge about financial literacy. It's not often taught in schools. And for example, only 24% of the millennials now in their 30s and 40s surveyed showed basic financial literacy knowledge. Yet 69% believe they had a high financial knowledge. Limited information means limited knowledge, ladies and gentlemen. And we are here to make sure that you are not operating off of limited knowledge. Knowledge is definitely power. Being uninformed about financial literacy can destroy a family's future. Uh, we don't know how our relationships. Relationships are to have communication, open communication, understanding, empathy for the other person, understanding. But somehow we kind of lose that when the cash flow's not flowing and the bills are still coming, but things aren't going. Somehow we connect that money to the person, and we need to separate that because that person is not the money that they earn. They are the individual that you chose to share your life with, and if this is the person you chose to share your life with, you're supposed to go with them through thick and thin. Is it easy? Heck to the nah. And I got a nerve to be giving out advice, right? Go imagine that one. But anyway, because I have hope. There's hope that there's one day my life is going to be filled with everything that I hope for, and someone that sees me the way I see myself, or maybe see me in a different light. Who knows? But there definitely has to be some understanding and situations and circumstances that come up that doesn't really, it impacts our lives, but it shouldn't impact our lives to the point that we're splitting up. And many families do. You know, I was one that went through the whole breakup due to lack of finances, lack of focus, lack of being on having the same common goals, lack of standing together in unity. And when you're on the journey to change, your team has to be solid. Everyone in your corner, everything that surrounds you has to be headed in a direction in which you're going. If it's not, it's going to pull you. It could distract you. And we don't want that. So what is the problem, right? 1 in 4 Americans have credit scores of less than 650. That means 25% of people in this country are spending much more than everyone else because they have no alternatives, right? Now, when you look at bad credit versus good credit and you're purchasing a home or a car, because home ownership is more expensive when you have bad credit. Why would you want to spend an extra $500,000 for the same thing? Right? Because we talk about the difference of your credit score. If you fall in the category of, say, 560 or below, your interest rates are more than likely going to be. And where if you have a credit score in the range of 740 or above, it brings your interest rate down. So you pay about 4%, 3%, 2%. Isn't that much better? So you want to look at you want to know where you stand before you go out to make a big purchase, such as a home or your vehicle of choice. The best thing in buying a vehicle is to save up for it and buy it outright. Now that takes away one cost. So you purchase your vehicle, but then you just have insurance. If you're on a tight budget and you're trying to really get back on track, that's something that helps, because buying a car is more expensive when you have bad credit. And bad credit is costing you a fortune that you probably don't have. So everything is expensive when you have bad credit, right? A home, a car are just 2 examples of how bad credit is costing. So you want to take a look at this chart and even more examples. Statistically, there are endless ways to spend and go into debt and stay there. But We want to live in a safe, secure home. We all want to have a reliable transportation. We all want to protect our loved ones' future. If you feel like you can't accomplish these things, it's okay to ask for help. There are so many people who are just like you, trying to make ends meet. So imagine we can find a way to make your wants a reality together. So instead of wasting your money on interest, add value to your life. The protection plan membership, the protection plan membership, you know what it costs at a restaurant, right? What it means when you look at it upright. So you're going to get an experience. The more dollar signs, the more attention you're going to get from the waiting service, the waiting staff, right? It's probably also going to be expensive. Is it similar with, it's similar with the protection plan. But instead of a high price ticket, we're giving you incredible value. The more dollar signs you see, the more you're saving on the product. By being a part of the protection plan, for example, setting up a will and trust can cost thousands of dollars as a standalone service. With UCES, you pay nothing extra to secure you and your family's future with ease. All of these dollar signs means that you are saving access to all these services in one place. So what are the services that you're going to be getting with, I keep fading in and out, the protection plan. You get access to a that you can hold all your financial information in one place. You're going to get a budgeting tool, the credit restoration. You're going to get credit builder. You're going to get credit monitoring. You're going to get the debt payoff tool. We also have the YFL Family Mint, which is an educational tool on finances. Membership plan contributes $2 or $3 towards the scholarship fund, which we have awarded thousands, almost millions of dollars to students every year, and it goes up every year to help students go out after their career. You get the credit, you get access to credit attorneys, and how beneficial is that? Having a good law team on your side is always beneficial. You get the financial lockbox, which is going to give you a place to hold all your important documents. Documents that we tend to, sometimes we may forget or misplace them. This way you can scan it, put it inside a financial lockbox, or send the original document and put it there so you know you'll have it. God forbid something should happen. There's identity monitoring. There's the net worth tool, and there's a savings goals tool to help you work towards your savings. Again, we have another awesome Rocket Lawyer product service that can help you. So we definitely have the law teams there for you to answer the questions that you might have. And you're offered the will and trust. Here you have over 12 products at your access, just to help you know. You don't have to go into no one's office. You register, you sign up, and then you get your website link with your password and everything, and bam, you can begin starting activating these 12 products underneath the plan right away. So $2.2 million is donated to our youth financial, the RYFL program. UCS has partnered with the YFL to give back. USCS and Youth Financial Literacy Foundation have partnered to distribute over 2 million to students around the country. In-school financial literacy literacy program for middle and high school students. That's very great for our PTA moms. Something to introduce to the schools and your fellow PTA parents. YFL Family Mint. It's an online learning program for children available in the UCES Protection Plan. Annual college scholarships program, which I told you we donate and we support our children's higher learning education. Now, I've told you all about the services. I've told you all about the dynamics, 12 products that you get with this service as you were beginning to build your life and get your financial business in order. So did I tell you how you can get your services for free? I don't believe I did. So you can get your protection plan for free simply by referring protection plan. Your services are for free. Getting your services free just makes sense. You are doing the work to get on financial track. So why not get rewarded for it? You can get your services and feel great about helping other people do the same while paying nothing. Picture yourself on the screen. If you're already doing the work, why not at least try? Getting your services free is just one piece, saving yourself money and time and making a bright future for yourself. So we don't want you to miss out on being a part of the UCES Protection Plan. Be one of the thousands of people around the country. Be one of the thousands of people around the country. Wide range of products and services. Everyone can find a place in UCES. Go over some examples from the slides. So we have leadership that has taken this opportunity, the services, and changed their life around. We have Mr. Alfred Nixon, who is a Haitian, and him and his family, they all lived in the same household. So it was kind of congested there, and they had to, everybody got to get up, go to work. So you got to counterclockwise. You can't miss your shower time. But then he found this company, and he began to share his knowledge and the services with other people, and he turned around and changed his life. He was able to give his family's buying power back, get them all on track with their services, and gaining their buying power back to be able to purchase homes and do greater things with their life. So it's an amazing tool to have. So with that being said, I also want to share with you some other information as well. That was the services. So if you want to learn more about the services, feel free to comment below or contact me through the areas in which I said you can contact. And then as I get this all together here, and I know I'm talking, are you guys okay? I can't really see the chat. I will go in and see the chat a little later and respond. But I just want to make sure, are you guys with me? Is this information hitting home for you? Is it, was it information that you feel as though is helpful and can help you get it together? So I want to take you back. Hi, how you doing? Thanks. Can you guys see it on YouTube? On my YouTube channel, but I can't see because I'm on an iPad. I can only see me talking. I can't see none of the comments from YouTube, so I didn't know. Maybe I don't know. It's Tia Rogers. Life Specialist Tammy's, and Tammy's is TAMMIC. And oh yeah, okay. Hold on one moment, guys. We're gonna have a break. Everybody's commenting and everything. So. How would she come up? Yeah, I can't tell. Nobody's watching, but anyway, I'm still talking. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Oh, we're gonna get a bottle of water too. All right, sorry for the intermission here. I'm gonna get a little water to whistle. But how are you guys doing today? And I want to make sure that I am providing you some nuggets, some things that you can take away for yourself. Can you let me know in the chat? Is this working for you? How can I serve you better? All of that is helpful as we are moving right along. So now I'm going to go to, I want to interrupt our presentation a little bit here, and then we're going to go into the science to our life, okay? And we're going to be talking about the economy, because the economy impacts our lives in every area. There's nothing that you can do in this life that is not going to involve economics. It's a part of everything that we do. So the more informed we are of where we are, where we stand, and where we're going economically, and how we're going to integrate it into our lives, the better off we can be, right? Our mission is to offer a hand up and not a handout. Our mission is to build sustainable families, and how do we do that? So let's talk about, do you know? Do you know how wealth is built? And 10% of the richest adults own 85% of global household wealth. And collectively, the bottom 10% owns barely 1%. So what defines wealth, and how is it different from money? So we're going to work on that. So wealth is owning assets that grow over time without further input from you. Money, by contrast, is merely means of distributing wealth and time. And how is that distributed? Geographical locations, through communities and neighborhoods, rural areas, urban and inner cities. There's area codes and zip codes. Are you a business? Are you a renter? Are you a distribution? Are there distribution disparities? And are you a homeowner? And are there resources? Are there people that you can reach out to help you? There's the have and the have-nots. No questions, no comments here. Haves and have-nots. We have social issues that impact our economic growth and development. Now, key parts are you, your health, your spirituality, your relationships, your time, your mental, your freedom, and your relationships. All of this is going to impact your wealth building process. So, making money and saving money and investing money, right? Because we're going to build wealth. So whether you're single or divorced, married with children, you want to look at your debt to income ratio. You at least want to know where you stand. You want to know where you fall at. What is it that you owe? And maybe you may not owe too much, because sometimes you can have bad debt, but you can also create good debt. Bad debt is debt that is taken away as a whole in your financial bucket that is leaking. Good debt is a hole, but you're filling that hole up. Eventually, that's going to is eventually the filling up the hole is supposed to balance out and smooth out so that you can increase your wealth building, right? So we want to look at the money current. Like, money is a current. It's a medium of exchange in the form of coins, banknotes, assets, property, and resources owned by someone or something. So you want to look at your money, your current money situation. Are you in any of these categories? Do you have any banknotes? Do you have assets? Do you own property? Do you have resources that you own? Or are you partnering with someone that can help you? You want to make sure that you have a savings and an economy of or reduction in the money, time, or another resource. Meant to put money into an asset, of those assets will grow over time, which takes us back to banknotes, property, and other resources owned by others, right? So when you're looking at debt, debt is something typically money that is old or due. So you want to have more of leverage in your assets than you do. Got it. Cool. Thank you. Thank you so much. You want to have more assets than you have of debt that's typically going out. You don't want to owe as much. And there's a balance between the good debt and the bad debt. It's not always a bad thing, because as you're getting better financially and omitting the debt, you could be building good debt and still be creating debt. But don't lose your cool. It's all right. You don't want to lose your cool. You want to stay cool and calm. Look at your situation and handle it accordingly. And if you have a good financial advisor that can advise you as you're taking these steps, that's a plus as well. So as we're looking at making money and investing, are they negative or are they positive? And for beliefs, we got to look at the negative and the positive. We have to look at where are we of these feelings and emotions that we're feeling and responding to, because your body's going to respond. It's going to tell you have to listen to your body. If you don't listen to your body, you can end up in a bad situation. And we don't want you to end up in a bad situation. When your body says enough is enough, listen, rest that body, rest that brain, so that you can rejuvenate and come back better. So we become what we think about the most. Our beliefs are based on our highest values of our life. It's our thoughts and feelings about how we see ourselves and the pictures we hold in our mind of what we think our life will look like and or be. But what happens when it doesn't turn out quite like we may have planned, or maybe it doesn't yet? Something keeps showing up that is blocking us for living our true, vital, healthy life. Are we holding on to some beliefs that no longer suit our lives? Do we have money? Myths passed down from generations to generation. And it can be passed down generational. What is if you follow us in the mornings, because we have Tia Rogers channel in the morning at 10 a.m. Feel free to tune in. We are now going in and looking at how we are assessing ourselves and all the different responses and capabilities. We're looking at our strengths and the hazards and our own dynamic makeup. We're looking at our emotional responses, our self-statements that we're saying to each other, to ourselves. We're looking at our social cognition and how we are regulating it. What's the knowledge that we have of it? And how are we responding to that, right? How are we responding to it? How are we processing what we're learning? What is our verbal language? What is our nonverbal language? What are we saying to the world when we're stepping out? And when we're having these negative beliefs, how is it impacting our life and changing us as it goes along, right? So we want to look at that because you don't want to pass down the bad stuff in the gene pool, but you have to have the yin with the yang, and that's just life. But what are some of the communications? What are some of the stigmas, myths, messages surrounding finances did you grow up with in your home? Because we tend to carry them on when things get challenging. Are we telling our children, oh, I can't get this for you because I can't afford it? Or are we explaining to them what we're trying to do to be able to afford that one day and get them incorporating them into the financial means of the whole family thing? And there's different myths and messages that gets passed down over the years, depending upon the generation, because I think we're like 5 generations in now. So coming from a family of 5 generations, each generation has a different message about finances, surrounding finances, what it means, how they look at it, how they perceive it. So you want to look at that, and you want to make sure that you are knocking out the scarcity, because I'm gonna tell you right now, anything that is worthwhile going for, it might cost you a little bit, and you can play around with, I don't have it, I don't know how I'm going to get this up, but it's not until that pain point is really a pressure pain point that you figure out that it goes from I don't have it to let me figure out how to get it to do what I need to do, because that's how bad you want your situation to change. So I want you to be aware of that. You can talk yourself into something, or you can talk yourself out of something. Now, we're talking about awareness, right? We're talking about awareness. Awareness. We're looking at cultivating and seeding. That's what you're doing in the awareness stage, because whatever seeds are planted inside of you, whatever you are taking care of, you're nurturing, you're paying attention to, that's what's going to grow. And we told you before that your mindset is the most important thing. You either are going to be in a growth mindset or a fixed mindset. And awareness gives you opportunity and growth and grace. So how well do you know yourself? Right? And would you hire you? You see, when we begin to pay attention to our patterns, would you really hire you? Are you a spender, or are you a saver, or are you an investor, or are you all three? What does it cost to be you? Do you know what it costs to be you? What is it that you know you can be doing to improve you, but you're putting it off? The next question is, how are you impacting your cash flow life? Now, you could fall in either category. You could fall in A, I'm good. I don't need nothing. I'm all right. Or you could fall into the B category. I have a few and I am managing well. Or you could fall into the C category, which is yes, I just didn't know where to begin. And this is, ladies and gentlemen, is where you can begin. Gaining control and insight on your financial status, situation. It's the only way that you're going to obtain the prove and empower yourself to build that legacy that you desire to have for your life. Because we're all leaving a legacy, good or bad, and we're doing it right now in real life time at this present moment. Just in case you didn't know. I just thought I'd let you know. If you didn't come from a wealthy family, then a wealthy family will come from you. So when you're looking at the roots of the family, you're looking at the fruits of the family. You're looking at the mindset of the family and the legacy that we are living day by day, every day, year after year, year after year. What are some of the principles that are still attached to you from, say, your grandmother, your great grandmother, and grandfather? Do you still kind of hold those mantras with you today? Do you still honor some of the wisdom that they shared with you? And have you implemented it in your life? And how, if so, how is it working for you? Now we're going to look at perspective. And when you talk about perspective of life and the life you live is and always will be up to you. The cup is either full, empty, refillable, or overflow. It's all in the perspective of who you are and who you want to become. And this is attached to responsibility and actions. Coming up with an action plan. So your action plan, when we're talking in reference of building wealth, wealth measures the values of all the assets of worth owned by a person, community, company, or country. Determined by the market value of all physical and intangible assets, owned, subtracted by all debts, and accumulative of a scarce resources. So we're looking at financial, social, physical, mental, and time. Now, are there any questions that you might have? If so, can you put them down in the chat? And I will get to them and answer them unless someone comes back and lets me know that, because I have someone watching. Thank you so much. I appreciate you helping me out with navigating the chat system here, because your time is valuable. And I want to make sure that I'm giving you some nuggets that you're going to be able to hold on to, or at least begin to start your process and your journey towards becoming better. Start your journey towards committing and becoming the change that you want to see. So we talk about developing your mindset. If it's okay for us to move on, I'm just going to assume that we don't have any questions, because we're moving right along here today. And I want to thank you for your time, because time is one thing you're never going to get back. So I want to make sure that I'm giving you that you're allowing me to come and speak with you today. And if at any time, feel free to reach out if you have any questions, any concerns, anything that I can possibly come and present. I just want to help you become more aware of where you are, because I knew that was helpful to me. Being able to get over many life challenges, being a single mom, being divorced twice, losing jobs, getting jobs, losing my parents, caring for my parents, losing my son. All of these things there. It feels like it when it hits just like a punch in the gut or in your throat. But to honor their lives and what they stood for and their character and what they represent, you keep striving for better, you keep striving for more, because those are the type of characters and personalities that I come from. So I really don't know no other way. Even if the ceiling has got a great big hole in it and there's water seeping in, I'm still going to find some sunshine in a situation. And I want to encourage you to find the sunshine, or to find the strength to make lemonade when life serves you lemons. So as we're developing your mindset, and you're talking about making a big life change, and if making a big life change is one of them is starting a new business, start or going into business, any type of business. It doesn't matter whether it's this business or any type of business, because you can start a business doing hair, um, running a bookstore where we are right now. There's so many different opportunities available today. There's so many options. You really don't have to be pinholed to one particular thing. But when you make that decision to start a business, it's the most scariest thing you ever did in your whole life. I'm not gonna lie. I could lie and say that it's not, but it's a thought, it's a decision that's not made in haste. It's a decision that has been discussed and gone over several times. You weigh out the pros and the cons, and then you just officially decide. Once you look at your finances, and if it correlates, if it falls in line with your finances, and it's affordable, and it's not going to hurt you, you tend to make a decision to move forward, which I did. And becoming a business owner, there's so much to learn. One, you have to learn the company and the products and or services that you decide that you're going to be going for, or building and developing, or start into partnership with other people, right? You have to understand that when it comes to branding, and I'm trying to understand this because every time I hear branding, I think about, you know, when you brand a horse or something, like the little iron thing or whatever. So I don't know, but from the learning that I've had the honor and pleasure to sit up, be a part of, and to sit in on different free webinars, some paid, some free. When they talk about branding, everyone says you're the brand. So if you're your brand of your business, how you're conducting yourself, how you're carrying yourself, the way your view and perspective of the world, everything, you really have to really hone in on that, because now you have a responsibility, because you're not only trying to be in business for yourself, you're in business for yourself, but you're not in business by yourself. So that means that everything that you do is going to, and not just impact you, it's going to impact those that are attached to you. And that's a lot of responsibility. And I don't say it to scare you. I say it to enlighten you, to let you know the responsibility that comes along with it, because now you have a vehicle that you can drive that potentially long term could earn you a pretty good living if you stick to it, if you do the work, if you attend the trainings, if you do everything that you are asked to do. And when your own creativity kicks in, it's just going to super boost that, turbo boost it, right? Is that the word, turbo boost it? Yeah, so to just turbo boost that, and that turbo boost is going to help you to scale and leverage and maximize your marketing for your business. There's all different parts of the business that you have to learn. But it all begins and ends with you, as self-awareness and self-mastery. Your life view and perspective, your limiting scarcity, fear, doubt, and uncertainty is going to impact your growth mindset or your fixed mindset. At some point along the journey of self-awareness, becoming better, figuring out where you fit in the scheme of things of this whole beautiful universe, you're going to have to choose a side. Are you going to be on the growth mindset side, where you're going to be open-minded, willing to try and take risks and do things that's going to Allow your life to experience, allow your life experiences to broaden, or are you going to stay within the fixed mindset and just keep that narrow perspective of life and live in your little pond? I hope that this encourages you to at least consider coming over to the growth mindset, because it's the water is so much more large over there. And it's deeper. It's deeper. So you want to proceed with caution. If you're a good swimmer, that's a good thing too. But just an analogy, methodology to go along with this. So make it easy to receive, and make no room makes, oh yeah, a growth mindset makes it easy to receive information, to take in information, to process the information, to weigh out the pros and the cons, is it good for me or not, and give you the courage to go on and test it to see if it's actually for you or not. Now, a fixed mindset makes no room to receive. You're just happy where you are. You can't see beyond the nose in your face. And a lot of times, sometimes we cut our nose off despite our face because we miss out on so much that life has to offer. And you only get one life. So why not live it to the fullest and take full advantage of everything that's there? Work your job, build your business, change lives, starting with your own. Our inner world creates our outer world. Never does our outer world create our inner world. So as we're breaking generational curses, breaking the habits that no longer serve you, to the person you want to become. See, the abundant life you want to live, all that need is within you. Everything that you need is within you. You have to look inside and find it. All you have to do is decide. And I'm so sorry that people did not come today, because as I'm looking at my time frame, I'm looking at my time here. Right now we're missing a presentation from Mr. Peter Sage. I did register for it because I thought I was going to have people to share it with, as he talks about cell urination and how our cells replenish themselves, and how we can use self-mastery to move ourselves forward, to project our lives in a whole nother path, in another direction, because we are the captain of our ships. We may not be able to control the winds, but we can control how we navigate through the waters. So the starting point of the real power is the moment you recognize you don't need it. And that's from Mr. George Zuckerly. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. So as we're leveling up here, right, because we're becoming better, and we're here to talk about wealth building. We're looking at our assets. We're looking at our finances. We're looking at what we have and what we don't have, and where can we begin to start taking care of some of the things that are holding us back and leaking out of us, and to begin replenishing it with things that's going to fill us up and fill us, to give us a more abundant life, a life of awareness, of possibilities of what can be, things that you once imagined, you only dreamed of. Imagine having the capabilities to make it all possible. So you have to look at what is the problem you want to solve in your life and lifestyle. You have to identify that. How is the problem impacting your life and lifestyle? And what is the length of wait of time to achieve the solution? So what will you do once you solve the problem that has been impacting your life? These are questions I want you to answer, ladies and gentlemen, because this is going to help you to navigate through life and see where you want to go. It may be with me, it may not be with me, but at least I can start stirring something up inside of you, get you to start thinking about, where am I? Where do I want to be? Where do I want to go? How do I see my life? Can my life be different today, 10 years from now, 5 years from now, 20 years from now? All based off of what it is that you do, right? Now, we're looking at total personal debt in the US. Fewer than 1/4 of American households live debt-free. Americans continue to bury themselves in credit card debt this year, with the latest total balance inching close to $1 trillion. US consumers now owe $986 billion on their charge cards, according to the Federal Reserve Bank of New York data released on Monday. Now, some of this information may be old, but I think we're pretty much still in the range because it was for this year, although it may not have been this Monday. So we want to look at if America is we're having $1 trillion of credit card debts, charge cards debts. We need to look at how we're spending. We need to look at what we're doing, right? Even if it is other people's money, you still want to spend their money wisely because you may not be welcome back to come and get it later. So you want to appreciate it and do your best. So becoming more financially savvy, the more financial education that you can acquire, the better you can set yourself, you and your family up for success. So we're going to look at the asset allocations. How much equity do you have in yourself, in your family, in your finances, in your life? When we're looking at asset allocations, I want you to look at what is the fixed income for yourself, for your family, for your life. All of these areas, I want you to look at them. I also want you to pay attention to your cash flow as you're allocating all of this. Is your cash flow consistently flowing? Are you running short? Is there several different means of cash flow that can kind of keep you kind of going afloat? Even if there was an interruption, is there something so there's an interruption, it's not flowing now, but you know that something's coming later? I want you to look at all of that because that's going to help you to decide what move is best for you. Now that you're willing to put into yourself. And what is the percentage of investment you put into your employment? Because we all got work. Don't try to act like we don't, because we do. Even when you start your own business, you're still working. Work is something we all do. The thing is to do it on your terms, your schedule, how it fits your lifestyle. Some of us have the option, some of us don't. But God is good all the time, and I believe that if you work towards something, that you'll eventually get there. But we all have to start somewhere. And how much of an ROI do you get on your overall investments currently? That's the return of your investment. How much of what you have invested into yourself and where you are right now, how much return are you getting off of your investments? So what is your investment approach? Because we need to know that too. Are you a moderate investor? Are you a conservative investor? Or are you an aggressive investor? A moderate investor is someone, I'm going to test a little bit, I'll put a little bit here and see how it works. Conservative, you may take a little risk, but you want to make sure that your risk that you're taking, you want to ensure that you're getting a return on your investment. And if you're aggressive, you're a risk taker. You're willing to risk taking some loss to get to earn long-term gains. So you have to decide which one are you. What is your investment approach? Are you ready to learn a better way to your dreams? And why is this dream important to you? What will you do when your dream comes true that you can do right now, today? Extra income equals more family time, more living the lifestyle you always dreamed, but thought it was not tangible until it is tangible. Get the support you need to grow your business. So with that being said, that's going to lead us right into our segue of UWE. And I'm going to share some of this information with you guys. And again, my apologies for not being able to present it to you in its proper form, but I think my voice and me sharing information should be enough to help you out. And I don't, this phone is possessed. I cut it off, but it keeps ringing on this one. So, I don't know, it's doing its own thing. So we're United Wealth Education. We want to welcome you to UWE. We are the leading financial education company in our industry, providing an array of services to help families meet each of their financial goals. Our mission is to help 84 million families across the nation to utilize each of our partnered services to improve their financial situation. Here at UWE, we like to keep it simple. This is how the entire process works. First, you begin the journey by getting started with the financial services you need help with. Second, as you learn and benefit from the services, you refer the services of our partner company, UCES, and receive compensation from UWE through a multitude of ways. So who is our partner, UCES? It's a company that you can rely on. Over 18 years in the financial service industry. Their products and services designed to help families across the country. They're debt-free, leading by example as a debt-free company, and with a dedicated and consistent management team. 54% of Americans don't know their credit score. Did you know 1.4 million identity theft claims were made in 2020? 14.6 trillion in American household debt is reported as of 2021. 64% of Americans are expected to retire with less than $10,000 in their retirement savings account. And 60% of Americans lack a will or estate planning. And in just one decade, student loans jumped up to 150%. So how is your credit score calculated? 35% is your payment history. One-time payments versus delinquent payments. The last 24 months are the most important. 30% is your credit utilization, percentage of credit limits available. Then there's the 15% of the length of credit, how long you've had your accounts. And then there's the 10% new credit inquiries, number of inquiries and new accounts open in the last 12 to 18 months. And the last 10% is the types of credit. Is it an installment loans versus revolving loans that you have on your credit? All right. We talked about bad credit versus good credit when purchasing a home and or a car. We talked about how your credit score is going to impact the rates, the interest rates on the purchase that you make. So if you're in the 560s or lower, you're going to pay a higher interest rate. You're going to pay anywhere from 13 to 21% interest on whatever loan it is that you're taking, whether it's a home or a car. If you're at a 740%, you're going to pay anywhere 5% or lower on your interest on the purchase of the home or the car. Now, we discussed how bad credit can ruin your family's future. When you look at what it costs to run a family, you have a mortgage and or rent, you have credit cards, you may have personal loans, you may even have an auto loan or a student loan. And when you look at all of that all together and you look at how the credit bureaus are rating you, and we talked about the different ratings too, because there's a FICO score and then there's a Vantage score. So you want to know what scoring system the lender is using that you're going to be applying for whatever family future needs that you want. But credit debt that is totaling over $56,000, you really seriously want to start looking at how you can put yourself in a better situation. And a big part of that is budgeting. Budgeting versus not budgeting. Across all of 2021, it was found that 65% of Americans had no budget in place. You have it. A budget is important. That's how you know what's coming in and what's going out. Savings versus no savings. You have 1 in 5 Americans. Today is so important because things are going up. The healthier you want to eat, and we know this to be true. This is no lie. This is actual fact information. The healthier you want to eat, the more expensive it's going to cost. Even the food filled with preservatives and all that stuff in it that's not so great for you, it's kind of going to be going up. So a lot of us are looking at homegrown our food, like looking at what type of soil to buy so that we can begin growing different fruits and vegetables in our homes, growing different herbs that we can cook with to give our lives a boost, right? So having a savings plan and growing your own food has to be cost effective, I would say, than going to the grocery store. On top of that, if you grow enough, you're able to share with your friends, families, and neighbors in your community, right? So when you're looking at credit card debt, the average credit card debt per household with monthly carryover balances is $14,241. With the total in amount, the Credit Quick Start is the innovative Credit Quick Start Now provides you 3 big reporting and streamlined credit monitoring and credit analysis, all in one easy to understand page in your account. And I'm going to review the 12 products that you get, proven products underneath the protection plan that you get with these services under UCES. You will get the budgeting tool, you will get the credit restoration, you will get credit builder, you will get credit monitoring, debt payoff, you will be contributing to the YFL Family Mint program for our youth, you will have access to credit attorneys, you'll have the financial lockbox, you'll have the identity monitoring, you'll have the net worth, you'll have access to savings goals, access to the Rocket Lawyer, and the access to create and update your living will and trust as long as your terms of membership. Now, to get your services for free, you simply get to get 5 families on the services and get your protection plan free as long as they remain active, right? An active protection plan member is a well-informed protection plan member. All right, what you do? Simply refer others, and UWE will help them activate their protection plan services, focusing on the areas of their needs. And what we handle the credit restoration. What they handle, what UWE handles is they handle the paperwork. We handle the customer service and much more. Now, when you're talking about referring services, referring products, referring a business. This business pretty much runs the same way as when you're telling someone about their favorite nail salon, when you're telling someone about their favorite hairdresser. Referrals help. And if you have a customer that not only signed up for your service for the protection plan, but they're utilizing the protection plan and the protection plan is helping their life, imagine the testimony that will provide to someone in a referral. So they're not only they're a client of the services, they're actively using their services. So how do you begin to earn commissions on personal sales, right? You, the agent, will bring on 3 new protection plan membership members. You earn $100 for each new protection plan member who signs up at the $89 level. Now, you brought in your 3 customers and or agents. They have their protection plan membership activated and going. It's active. And when you help each month, these protection plans are in place, you can earn a direct residual income of $12. Now, who couldn't use an extra $60 to $240 or even $500 a month based off of the protection plan memberships that you can help families with, right? So you get a $12 residual income monthly from the protection plans. Now, we have something that's called a CAB. It's called customer acquisition bonus. So that means another agent, your job is to help that agent to help 2 more families become protection plan members. As you're helping that agent get their protection plan customers, you can earn a direct residual income of $12 from anywhere from $100 to $560 a month. On top of that, you can earn an indirect residual income of $3 just from helping your agent get 2 protection plan members to sign on to the services. Now, there are infinity bonuses, but the infinity bonuses you have to qualify for them. We have positions from elite all the way up to pinnacle. And you can earn infinity bonuses anywhere from $50, I'm gonna say 5%, it could be $50 to 3%. And we're talking a whopping difference of income coming in simply by helping others, right? Now, UWE business funding agent commissions it runs a little different, but you still earn commissions and overrides. As an agent, underneath the business funding, you help someone get a $100,000 loan. Your direct commission could be $655, just simply by helping someone get registered and apply for a loan. And should they qualify for the loan, we got to understand that, because you have to qualify for it. If they qualify for the loan, you can earn a commission off of that. And the level of commissions are from level 1 to level 6. And this is just all general overrides information here. This is just to give you an example of what it is that you can earn simply by helping others to get what they need for their lives as well, right? So we provide a complete turnkey referral business. You get a personalized agent website. You get professional marketing materials. You get live agent and customer support, and they are great, by the way. Weekly pay, qualified agents, 2 qualified agents, weekly pay. And what does a qualified agent mean? A qualified agent means that you are helping families through helping them sign up with protection plan memberships. That's helping them to fix whatever their financial need is, and they're active. So as long as your protection plan members are signing up and they continue to stay active, utilizing the services, you qualify for the weekly payout, which every Thursday is payday. So online, you get an online rewards and bonuses, as well as with active protection plan members. You help enough people, you qualify for life insurance. Financial future today. You can start a one-time consultation fee and first-time month included of $179. Ladies and gentlemen, that's about what it costs to go out to dinner today. So you got a one-time consultation fee for your first month, which is including your $99 for the WE. And then every month after your initial sign up, you're going to pay $9 for your United Credit Education Services and $80 for your UWE products and their services. Now, to become an agent,